they're just,
You know,
and then
I remember
decay.
seeing dirt and shit on it too.
And it just got decayed out.
And then I literally put it in the garage, which it's not a nice garage. It's an old rundown garage with old farm equipment and crap in it. And it got a little bit of rusty, a little musty, a little bit of authentic grip on there.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe we're still using it though. That thing has been through so much. The mitten's dope.
That's like one of my dad's old school ice fishing mittens.
Yeah, that's creepy.
We somehow just found it and we're like, yeah, you want to know what? One mitten, man. One mitten.
Hell yeah.
Well, because when the legend goes, we were going to act like his one hand was all like gnarled and messed up. And that's why it wore a mitten.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it gives it's unique. I mean,
yeah.
Motherfucker, you don't see Jason out there with mittens. A mitten. One mitten.
Dude, and one of them too, like that's some Michael Jackson level shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. So going to back to the filming of Henry Hills, one of my favorite ones to film was actually the fence post scene.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was it was such a smooth film session. It's all like we went there 1 hour, got all the shit done, came out dope. And I think that was something special just because we fucking killed it 1 hour and we got just fucking amazing shots and everything looks super gory and gross.
Yeah. Well, I remember like the first time you asked me, you were like, oh, do you want to write the Henry Hills movie? And I was like, yeah. I was like, but opening sequence, it's going to be a kebab shot and it's going to be multiple people with one skewer.
All right, so it starts out drone shot, people walking through the field, close up of them holding hands, giggling. Then they lay down with their little picnic on their picnic basket, start making out. All of a sudden, you just hear Henry in the background. Making out. All of a sudden, keep pounding it in.
And I think we deliver.
Yeah. And that one we did all traditional, which is kind of wild because we try to use the CGI shit as much as possible because we can. I mean, that's a good thing.
It's cleaner, it's safer, you may sacrifice on a little bit of the realism or whatever per se, but that's not really a driving factor because in my opinion, if you're depicting such a violence, like I think there's a certain level of look that you have. Like you don't necessarily need it to look exactly real because that's just a snuff flick at that point, you know?
I know you haven't watched the Terrifier films, and I remember
not.
No, and I watched the third one and I remember getting out of the theater and hitting you up and I was like, dude, that was just insane. Like it was just a crazy movie. I was like, they're not gonna go there, and then they went there and then they went farther and farther. That reminds me of some Henry Hill shit, but I wouldn't say that it's Henry Hills is kind of like PG-13 compared to that shit, and the shit in Henry Hills is pretty damn gruesome. So shout out Terrifier 3. I'm a big fan of that, obviously, because small franchise turned into like a huge thing, and I think that's what we're trying to go for with Henry Hills. Just keep making them, and this generation's Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, But what were with the fucking mosquitoes this year while filming? Like, that was crazy.
I think they were just bad in general because of the weather patterns and shit.
Yeah, I remember that being a big issue, just getting bit the hell up every time we go out and film something.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't
It
help
was
that we're filming in the weeds and in the woods and stuff.
right.
Hella mosquitoes. Like walk through the weeds and just be like, clouds of them just coming out.
Oh, it was
These are some of those
crazy.
Bill Gates mosquitoes.
Well, I mean, we should have actually filmed like a whole batch of those mosquitoes because you could actually see the swarm. Like,
Yeah.
it was
If they landed on the
wild.
lens, those mosquitoes, they'll fuck up a take.
So we were filming a shot with one of your buddies from work or something, and Henry went to swing the axe, and the axe, yeah, the axe head just flew off. And this is like a fake foam axe, so it's not like no one's gonna get hurt. But yeah, he flung this axe or whatever, the head popped off, and we couldn't find it, and we had to have searched for that shit for like at least 2 hours.
Yeah, and it started getting dark, and we had to eventually call it.
Yeah, that was so disappointing.
Yeah.
And obviously the next
I went out
day,
the next day. Next day, laying right there. Like, what the hell?
yeah. And how many, like, we had, I know Ashley helped for a little bit. That dude helped. His girlfriend helped. You helped. I helped.